Hello everybody, it's the Nugget Professor here with you again to do another science experiment. So today what we are going to do is test the velocity of two items, and the velocity is the speed of something in a given direction. So we're just going to be looking for speed, how fast something goes during this experiment today. So I know a lot of you probably have a lot of paper towel rolls and a lot of tissue paper rolls at home. So what we're going to do today is use those items, some recycled items, and create a tiered tower called a marble run to test the velocity of two items. And we have a marble and a rubber bouncy ball that we're going to use to test the velocity. So if you look behind me, here are the materials that we're going to need. We're going to need 2 paper towel rolls and 6 toilet tissue rolls. We're going to need scissors, a cardboard base, tape, paint, markers, colored paper, a glue, stapler, and marbles, and a ball. So what you do first is you want to decorate everything, and I've already done that. So I've used markers. You can choose to use paint and paint them and let them dry, or you can take construction paper and wrap construction paper around it and staple it or glue it and let that dry, and then you would have decorated tubes. So I have my 2 paper towel rolls here. I have another 2 paper towel rolls that aren't cut that I'm going to stack together. This was 1 paper towel roll cut in half. This is another paper towel roll cut in half. And I used 1 paper towel roll and I cut it in half to create my one last piece that I'll need. And this is just an example that I have that I'll show you how to cut the rolls with in a second. I also have my tape. I have my cardboard base, and my scissor. So what we want to do first, after decorating our toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls, is take our tape, and we're going to tape the 2 tissue paper rolls together. So I'm going to take some tape. I'm going to hold them together like this, as close as I can. You want to match the seams together. And I'm just going to put the tape around it. And if you want to make sure that it's really secure, I would take another piece of tape and go around it one more time. So that way that's sturdy. Just kind of squeeze it together so that the tape stays together. So you have your 2 paper towel rolls, and now you've connected your 2 tissue paper rolls together. The next thing you want to do is create your ramps. These are going to be all of your ramps. We need 3. So you take 1 paper towel roll and you're going to cut it in half to get these 2 pieces, and I'm going to show you how. So what I do is I squeeze it kind of in half like that, and then I take my scissor and I snip on one side. I take my scissor and I snip on the other side, and then I just cut it in half, open it up, and cut my other piece in half. So it's okay if you don't cut them evenly, because you can trim them up later to make them neat, and they don't need to be extra wide to create the ramps. So I'm going to tape these pieces together, and this is how I got my ramps. So you're going to use 2 paper towel rolls to create these, and I'm going to take another piece of tape. Okay. And I'm just going to put these 2 together like this, and I'm going to tape it from the front. Squeeze it in on the inside, and then bring it back around. So now you've created a ramp, okay? So I'm just going to put that here. You need 2 of those, and then you do the same thing to create your 1 single ramp. You just cut the toilet tissue roll in half, and you have your last ramp. So now we need to create our holes to create our connectors. So we are going to take one of our paper towel rolls, and we're going to cut an opening towards the top of the paper towel roll. And just like before, I kind of just like to squeeze, and it's not going to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be, and you just snip here, snip underneath, Then you get your scissor in there, snip that open, and then I open up the flap. See, now you have an opening, and then I just snip that off. Put that to the side. So now we want to see if one of our ramps can even fit in there. And this one can, so we're good to go. So we're just going to leave that right there. Now you need to take your second paper towel roll and you're going to do something just as similar, but we're going to cut 2 openings into this paper towel roll. We need one towards the front that's going to connect here, and then we need another one towards the side that will connect with our small tissue paper towel tower. So you're going to cut your first, and I just kind of marked a spot for myself, so you can do that for yourself too, just to kind of guide you. And you're going to just do the squeezing method. You're going to snip down there, snip up here. We're going to get our scissor in there, cut it open like a door. Now you have a flap. See, we have our opening again. And we snip that off, and we'll put that over here. So we have our first ramp. We want to make sure this can fit in the tower as well. This one's a little tricky, so I need to cut it just a little bit more. So I'm just going to open it up so that it can fit a little bit better. And you're going to probably need to do that a couple times as you cut your openings, because it's not easy to determine whether it's going to fit right away. Perfect. So now we have our 2 towers connecting. So now we need to connect our third tower. So if you remember, we have to cut another opening on this paper towel roll. And just like on the top, I've marked myself a little marking on the bottom. And you can do that for yourself. So we squeeze and we just snip, snip, and you get our scissor in there and cut. Once again, we have our door. Gonna open our door. And it looks a little small, so I'm just gonna open it up just a little bit to make sure our ramp fits. Okay, let's see. We have this here. Let's test our other ramp. Hey guys, I'm back. So I went ahead and mounted down the second tier, and we can see that this fits right here. So now what we needed to do was cut open 2 more openings. An opening to connect this tier to our smaller one, and an opening for our last ramp for our toys to roll out, okay? So while I was away, what I did was the same exact thing as I was showing you earlier. Snip, snip, cut, open. I did that here to make a connector for this tier. And then I came to the bottom and just took 2 slits, opened up the door, and clipped off the rest of the toilet paper roll that I didn't need, okay? So now we want to make sure that this ramp will connect properly to the next one, to our smaller one. So I'm just going to connect that right there. Let's see if that's a good fit. Okay, that seems like a good fit. So now we're going to tape down this base here. And this time we have to be careful to make sure that we don't put tape over the bottom door or opening where the marble is supposed to come out. So I'm just going to take a little piece here. I'm going to tack that right there. I'm going to move this for a second. And I'm going to put another piece right here. And I'm just taking the tape, pushing it to the base of the cardboard, and just pressing against the tier or the toilet paper roll. I'm going to do that again on the other side just to make sure that it's secure. And I'm just going to stick that there and press down. Okay? So now we can connect our ramp. so that our tiers can be connected. Squeezing that in a little bit just to get it in there. Okay. I'm just adjusting that there a little bit. And now we have our final ramp, okay? So we just wanna, you need to squeeze it a little bit and just put it in that door, just like that. And now we can see our completed marble run, and it's ready for testing. I think it's ready for testing, okay? So earlier I showed you my marble and my bouncy rubber ball. You can test the velocity of any round object that you think will roll down your ramp. You can use a timer, a sand timer, a timer on your phone, a timer on the stove or the microwave. You can count, you can sing a song to see where you end at each song when the ball finally rolls out of the ramp. So my cat ran away with my pink rubber ball, so I had to find something different to use, and that's easy because we have so many round things around the house. So I chose to take a piece of cereal. This is a Cocoa Puff cereal. It's just as round as anything, as round as you're looking for, and we're gonna try that. We're gonna use the Cocoa Puff cereal, and we're going to use the marble, and we're gonna test the velocity just to see how fast these items go down our marble run. So we're just gonna observe to see how fast it goes down our ramps. If you so choose, of course, like I mentioned before, you can time it any which way you want. So I'm gonna start off with the marble. Came down pretty fast. And I'm going to use the Cocoa Puff cereal. And we can see that that came out a little bit slower. So the Cocoa Puff is a lot lighter than the marble. The marble's a lot heavier, so that's probably why it went down a lot faster. You can use anything you want in your house. You can use marbles, you can use smooth rocks if you have smooth rocks, you can use cereal, you can use pasta. It's really up to you. Thank you for joining me today, the Nugget Professor, on another adventure creating another science project. See you next time.